Welcome to Carolina Sculpture Studio. My name's Clint Button, and I'm a granite sculptor. This is a simple project. Thought I'd stick it up while it was here. Do a little bit of conservation, a little bit of restoration work. When things come in and people find me and they want something salvaged or repaired or modified, sometimes we have to produce missing pieces to reinstall. Sometimes they've got all the pieces there. So this is an old Italian marble table base. They have a tabletop set on top of it, and it's probably a pattern piece. It's probably circa 1900, early 20th century, late 19th century, and they had purchased it with the head broken off. Now, there's different ways to go about fixing this. I could blend up epoxy. We put a brass dowel in there with threaded rod, actually, so it has good grip. You can mix the epoxy, proper stone epoxy, to try to get a perfect match on the stone and leave it as is. You can do a wash to patina the stone to try to blend it and hide it, which would be simple to go to her neckline here, maybe to the chin. Or in this case, what I did, because this stone, this is probably a pattern piece, probably carved in a busy studio where they had an expert doing this really nice diaper banding work, and then have probably an apprentice doing this minor chevron work on the edges before they turned it over to a more skilled carver, a master carver, to produce these pilasters of female figures, half figures. Because this has some inclusions in it, the quality of marble is not outstanding. It's good marble, but it's not perfect. So this wouldn't have been a super expensive piece because it's not real clear. Because there's already large inclusions, there's already stripes, there's already lines, even up on top here, I went ahead and tried to match the epoxy closer to these inclusions to try to make it look like there just happens to be a line running through her neck parallel to this other line. And if you carve a lot of stone, especially anything with inclusions, you'll end up finding out that stuff runs right where you don't want it to, and that's just part of natural stone. So talk to the patron about it. I'd moved a statue for them, and they wanted this repaired, and we discussed it, and this is a good way to balance so there's nothing being hidden, and this will probably be overlooked because of these other larger spots in the stone. And with that resolved, I've been working on it for quite a while. It had a lot of staining. Here in the southeastern United States, we have what's called mud daubers, and they're little wasps that use the red clay that's everywhere to fill crevices and lay their eggs for their larvae to grow. So the iron oxide, the iron in the clay, rusts and stains it permanently. So I've been wetting it for a long period of time with a mild solution of hydrogen peroxide, which is not as likely to be detrimental to the marble as a bleach solution would be, and got it faded quite a bit, and it helps it look like an old piece, and the patron's very happy. So it's fun to do pretty old work like this, have this super low relief. This is barely, I don't even think it's 1/8 of an inch at the deepest spot. It's more like a 1/16 of an inch, and then to get to study this and see this and have it in the studio, it's always a treat to work with old stone. So that's of this quality. Love to be able to do something to help out and help salvage a piece. So, and I like to avoid. We could patina it with paint. That'll change the surface, and you won't get the crystalline quality of the marble. Handles light differently. So. And to match this exactly, the white is impractical. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it'll usually be whiter than this white, and it won't dirty the same way. So this should help the repair disappear, especially if there's a tabletop and you really aren't seeing a lot of this upper edge. But nice old piece. Once again, do a little bit of conservation and restoration work. My name's Clint Button here at Carolina Sculpture Studio. Thanks for coming in.